Right, welcome to my chair yoga session. I'm just going to begin in a moment. Hopefully you can see the effect of the sun coming through the stained glass, which is above me, the kite shape above me, the colour going across the background there in the summer house. It's something that I built years ago, and we added the stained glass, and we'll just enjoy it. Right, okay, so what you will need a solid chair. You will need two balls. These are just made out of socks. You will need something stretchy like a resistance band. I've just got a pair of leggings there. And you'll also need a block of some sort. This is just a book covered in a pillowcase, so I don't leave footmarks on the block, on the book. So just put those aside. We'll use those when we get to it. So we're just going to start in the usual way by me remembering to take my glasses off. I'll just put them on the hedge there. And so if you've got shoes on, if you just remove your shoes, you can either do this in bare feet or you can do it with socks on, like I'm going to do. So just find yourself sitting in towards the back of the chair. We're just going to begin by just covering the ears with the palms of the hands. We're just going to ripple the fingers on the back of the neck there slowly, and we're just going to take 5 slow breaths. So if you like to close your eyes and just covering the ears, just rippling the fingers on the back of the neck. This is just to relax us at the start of the session. 5 slow breaths, just slowly rippling on the back of the neck. Okay, and then just release, just bring the hands down. Okay, we're just going to start with some very simple movements of the head. If you see me squinting, it's obviously because the sun's in my eyes. It's just behind the tree at the moment, but I'll try to keep my eyes as open as I can. So, as you breathe in, just lifting the head up, and as you breathe out, just drawing the chin slowly down towards the chest. And so as you breathe in, just lifting. As you breathe out, chin comes down towards chest. And breathing in, lift. And breathing out to come down. So most things we do 3 times. If I don't lose count, we're back to the center. Breathing in, breathing out. We're just turning to look out across the shoulder. We're breathing in, we're coming back to the center. We're breathing out to look out across the other shoulder. And breathing into the center. So just continuing, trying to keep the shoulders dropped, trying to keep the shoulders relaxed as you do this movement. Breathing into the center. One more time on each side. So we're breathing out, going this way. We're breathing into the center. We're breathing out. We're going to the other side. We're breathing into the center. Then we're just going to tilt the ear towards the shoulder. So breathing in to prepare. As you breathe out, just tilt the ear towards the shoulder, keeping the opposite shoulder down. Breathing into the center. Breathing out, tilting the other way. And breathing into the center. So the out breath. And breathing in. And breathing in. One more time on each side. Okay. We're back to the center. So we're just going to keep the chin parallel to the floor and just draw it forwards and then tuck it into the neck. So we're drawing it forwards, just tucking it into the neck. Drawing it forwards and tucking it into the neck. And just coming back to neutral. So now we're just going to draw circles with the nose. So if you just bring the tip of the finger to the nose, just to establish a center point. And then if you just close your eyes, remove the finger, and then begin to make small circles around that imaginary point. So starting off in a small way, and if it's appropriate for you, enlarge the size of the circles you're making. Just make sure that you're still sitting upright in your chair, that you haven't slumped. enlarging the circles. And then just pause and begin to make those circles in the opposite direction. If you've lost your center, you can always put your finger out to touch the nose before you start moving. And again, enlarging the size of the circles if it's appropriate for you. Got blackbirds in the background. And robin. And we're just pausing, we're back to the center. Okay, so we're just going to sweep the arms. Arms are by the side of the body. Breathing in, sweep the arms up. As you breathe out, bring the arms back to the side of the body. So as you breathe in, and breathing out. And again, as you breathe in, and as you breathe out to the side. And then it's in front, so an in-breath coming up, an out-breath with a whoosh. And breathing in, coming up slowly, big recovery breath. And an out breath. And breathing in to come up. Another big out breath. And breathing in to come up. And then just laying the arms down. Okay, so we're just going to shrug the shoulders up. In breath, out breath, let go. And again, in breath, letting go of the tension. And again, one more time. And letting go. Back to the center. Okay, we're just going to interlock the fingers. And we're just going to rub the palms across each other. So we're just boosting the circulation in the hands. We're just flexing the finger joints. See how they are, flexing the wrists as well as we do this. Okay. And then just pausing, draw the hands apart, reconnect them, one digit different. It's the same movement, so we're just scrunching the palms. Okay, and then when you're ready, we're going to just grab one of the balls, going to interlock the fingers again, and as you breathe in, just squeeze the ball between the palms of the hands, and as you breathe out, just slowly letting go. So control in both directions. As you breathe in, squeezing, and as you breathe out, release. And breathing in, and breathing out to release. And then we want one in each hand. I hope you're getting the full effect of the light show behind me. So resting the back of the hands on the legs. The ball is just in the palm of the hand, fingers just wrapped, loosely wrapped. As you breathe in, thumbs, both hands squeeze. As you breathe out, slowly release. Index fingers, in breath squeeze, out breath release. The middle fingers and squeeze, release. The ring fingers, close and count, and release. And the little fingers, in breath and release. We'll just work our way back up again. So it's the in breath, little fingers, and release. The ring fingers, and release. The middle fingers, release. The index fingers. And finally, as you breathe in, thumbs, both hands, and as you breathe out, just slowly release. Okay, so we're done with the balls for the moment. So we're just doing something for the shoulders and the arms. And so we're just going to have the arms by the side of the body like this. And we're just going to squeeze the fists, gather tension up through the arms. So as you breathe in, squeeze the fists, both hands, feel the tension rise up through the arm to the top. And then as you breathe out, just gradually letting go down through the arm, through the wrist, loosening the fingers. So as you breathe in, squeeze the fists, feel the tension rise up through the arms. And as you breathe out, you just slowly release. And again, squeeze the fists, in breath, tighten the muscles all the way up to the top. And as you breathe out, slowly release. Just give the fingers a little wiggle at that point. And then have the palms facing backwards. And we're just going to, I've just remembered, sorry. Palms are facing backwards. We're going to rotate them forwards. So as you breathe in, rotate the palms forwards, stretch through the arms, spread the fingers. And as you breathe out, rotate them back. So as you breathe in, creating that stretch, breathing out to release. And one more time, as you breathe in and breathing out to release. And then we're going to press backwards. So the hands are just behind the knees there, breathing in to prepare. As you breathe out, press back, feel the shoulder blades squeeze behind you. And as you breathe in, bring them back. And breathing out, and breathing in, and breathing out, and breathing in to that position. Okay, we're just going to take the arms out to horizontal now. And as you breathe in, spread the arms, lift the gaze. As you breathe out, rotate the palms down, lower the gaze. So as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, and release. Okay, you can feel a sun salutation coming on in a moment, right, but we haven't got there yet. So we're just going to interlock the fingers, and we're just going to bring the hands just underneath the chin, keep the chin parallel to the floor, and as you breathe in, elbows squeeze up. As you breathe out, elbows come down as close as possible. As you breathe in, as you breathe out, and one more time, as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, coming down. Keep the hands interlocked, bring the hands to the center of the chest. So we're just going to project the hands forwards and rotate the palms away. So bring the hands back to the chest, take them away and rotate them, and back and away, and bring them back. Okay, so we're just going to release the arms. We're just going to do the one where we, one arm's dangling to the side, the other hand, connect the gaze to the hand. As you breathe in, see that hand rising up, twist to see it then go behind you, coming down to the side of the body. Same arm, same direction, in breath coming up, out breath. One last time, in breath, out breath. Pause with the same arm, and then once in reverse, so it goes behind you, it comes up, and then it comes down, back beside the body. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side, so connect the gaze. As you breathe in, arm comes up, you twist, it comes round, and again, as you breathe in, and it comes round, one last time. And then just pause and take it once in reverse. So it comes behind, over the top, and it comes back down beside the body. And then we're just going to do shoulder rotations. So the hands are just loosely on the knee. The shoulders are definitely dropped. As you breathe in, draw the shoulders towards each other, gather them up over the top, breathing out there behind, going down, same way. Same direction, coming up the front, over the top, squeeze behind, coming down. Once more in front, over the top, behind, pausing, in reverse then, squeeze behind, in breath, coming up, out breath, coming down the front, behind, down the front. One more time, in breath, behind, in front, and we're coming down to the front. And then we're just going to do a little simple twist here. So we're just going to be taking the opposite hand to the knee. We're going to lean forward into that arm, raise the back elbow, straighten the arm, and then bend the arm and rotate back to the center. Opposite hand to knee, leaning forwards, elbow, arm gets straightened on this side, arm gets bent. We're rotating back to the center. One more time on each side. opposite hand to knee, leaning forward into it, elbow, arm, bend the arm, rotate back to the center, opposite hand, elbow, arm goes up on that side, bend the arm and rotate back to the center. Okay, we're just going to do this exercise, which is where we lift arms and legs. So you want to be deep into the chair, get support, back of the thighs there. Start with opposite hand, or opposite arm and leg. So as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, as you breathe in, as you breathe out, and breathing out. And you don't worry if this one goes wrong. And maybe that's the last one. And then it's both arms and legs. So as you breathe in, both arms and legs. As you breathe out, coming down. As you breathe in. As you breathe out. And as you breathe in. And as you breathe out. And then you cross the arms, cross the ankles. As you breathe in, both arms and legs. As you breathe out, change the cross. Breathing in and breathing out. Joy and optimism. And breathing out to come down. Okay, we've got this little sun salutation sequence, so I'll take you through it slowly. Hands to the centre of the chest, just want to be forward of the chair slightly, give you room for manoeuvre. So we're breathing in to prepare, and as you breathe out, arms to the sides. As you breathe in, sweep them out, up to the top, breathing in. As you breathe out, lean forward, reaching down towards the toes. As you breathe in, come back halfway to the knees. As you breathe out, going back down to the toes. And then, as you breathe in, lift the elbow on one side and straighten the arm. As you breathe out, bend the arm, bring the fingers back down to the toes. Switch to the other side, breathing in, elbow, arm gets straightened, breathing out, bend arm, fingers down to toes. Breathing in, sweep the arms up the outside to the top. And then as you breathe out, bring the hands down through to the center. So, one more time. Breathing in to prepare, and as you breathe out, arms to the sides. As you breathe in, arms up the outside. As you breathe out, lean forward, reaching down. Breathing in, coming halfway up. Breathing out, coming down. As you breathe in, elbow on one side, arm gets straightened. Out breath, bend the arm, fingers back down to toes. The other side, breathing in, elbow, arm gets straightened. Breathing out, fingers back down to toes. As you breathe in, both arms sweep up the outside to the top. And breathing out, and just simply bringing the hands down through to the heart center. Right, I think I've remembered everything so far. I'm going to reach for the block next. We're just going to start giving the feet and toes a treat. And so we'll just have the place one foot on the block, toes are protruding over the front edge. We're just going to be scrunching the toes. So we're just going to squeeze, scrunch the toes downwards, and then we're going to lift and spread the toes simultaneously. So I'm just using my fingers to give you an idea of the shape. The squeeze, the lifting, the spreading of the toes, just back to neutral. And then we can make a tighter scrunch by wrapping the fingers onto the toes. So take the fingers around the front of the toes, squeeze them down again into that scrunch shape, and then hook them up, simultaneously lift the toes, release, back down again into that scrunch, lifting, hooking, feel the stretch underneath the toes. Toes are back to neutral, just coming up to recover the breath. Kick the block or the book across. Toes of the other foot protruding. Again, it's that tight squeeze, that scrunch. Lifting, spreading, that scrunch, that lifting, that spreading, back to neutral. And then wrap the fingers around the front of the toes. Squeeze, even tighter. And then hook the toes up to create the stretch. Release the toes, take them down again. Last time, hook them up and then release. Just leave the block in the middle for a moment. We're just going to do a wrist exercise. So the arms are at about 45 degrees. They're away from the body. They're not squeezing the chest. They're just away from the body. And have the fingers just open. And then just tilt the hands towards you. And then spread the fingers and soften them through the center. So we're just creating a stretch for the whole hand, for the wrist, for the fingers. So if you can feel that you're developing petals, perhaps just opening in this sunshine, just rotating in this way. It's a nice little wrist exercise. Okay, just a couple more of those. Okay, and release. So we're back to the toes. We're going to give the toes individual treat now. So we're just going to use the thumb and the index finger, thumb on top of big toe, index finger underneath, and then bend the toe down, flexing it about that hinge, that joint, and then move to the base of the same toe, the big toe, and pressing with the thumb, just push, create movement in that connecting area to the front edge of the foot. Come halfway up the toe, move it from side to side, and then keeping this pinch hold, just pluck it away from the foot, just to open out the joint socket slightly. Moving to the second toe, extra joint here and in the subsequent toes, so start near the nail, find the first joint in the toe, move 2/3 down the toe, find the second joint in the toe, and then move to the base of the toe and feel movement down there. Come halfway up, toe goes from side to side, grab the toe, pluck it away, and then the middle toe. When you're ready, same technique, working from the tip of the toe down towards the base, and then gradually working your way back up the toe before moving to the fourth toe when you're ready. Same deal. Moving back out, and when you eventually find the little toe, try to give it as much attention as you've given to the previous toes. It may be smaller, but it suffers more, cramped in the outside edge of the shoes, obviously. And then just coming up for recovery breath, and we'll switch to the other foot. So toes protruding again, thumb and index finger start with the big toe. Find the joint, flex the front half of the toe about that point. Moving down the toe, find the connection to the foot. Moving back up the toe to move it from side to side. And then just plucking the toe away from the foot. Second toe, when you're ready. First joint, second toe. Second joint. And then finally the connection to the foot. Back out again. Opening the sockets and the middle toe. From the tip to the base. And then working your way back out again. The fourth toe. And back out. And finally the little toe. So if you don't feel much or they feel stiff the first time you do this, just repeat this exercise. Your feet and your toes are going to thank you for it. You get an incremental improvement every time you do it, hopefully. Okay, and then release. So just tuck the block out of the way for a moment. Another wrist exercise is, again, the arms are about 45 degrees, this time with the fingers closed. So we're just going to tilt the hands towards us and then tilt them away, spreading the fingers. So tilt the hands towards you, closed fingers, tilt them away, spreading the fingers. So remember to keep the elbows away from the sides of the body. You don't want to find yourself squeezing your chest whilst you're doing this. This is just for the hands and for the fingers. Okay, and then release. Okay, ankle rotations next. So just support the leg or extend it in some way and begin to make circles with the foot around the ankle joint. Feel your way around. See how it responds. And then pause, begin to make those rotations in the opposite direction. Just feel the shape that you're trying to make. And release, switching to the other leg. Again, just make sure you haven't slumped in the chair, that you're sitting upright, and begin to make those circles in this direction. And pause, and then begin to make those rotations in the opposite direction. And don't be alarmed by any clicks coming from behind you, from your feet, sorry, underneath you. Okay, and then release. Okay, we're going to stand up now behind the chair. I might turn the chair just so that you can see what I'm doing, or actually I might just do it without the chair so you can see the action that I'm making with the legs. And so I'll just tuck the chair out of the way for a moment and chuck those things out of the way. Right. Okay, and so I'm just going to pretend I'm holding the front of the chair here. What we're going to do is we're going to rise up onto the toes and then bend one leg, have the other leg straight, rise up onto the toes and then swap legs. So you do this by having your hand on the back of the chair and just doing it in your own time. So we're feeling it through the toes, we're feeling it through the ankles, we're feeling it through the knees, coming up and down thus. Okay, one last time on each leg, and then just coming down to flat feet. So for the next one, we come up onto the toes, flatten the feet, lift and spread the toes. So onto the front of the feet, toes, back to flat feet, lift and spread the toes, weight comes slightly back to the heels, put the toes back down, lift, back down, lift and spread toes. One last time, onto the toes, coming back down, flat feet, lift and spread the toes, and then just pause. We're going to step backwards from the chair now. So with the hands on the back of the chair thus, we're going to take a step back, foot goes directly underneath the hip. We're stretching this leg backwards. We've got the toes plugged, heels going towards the floor. This leg has got a bend in it, and you want to try and keep the knee behind the toes, so I can still see my toes. We're stepping up, swapping to the other side, small step the first time. Feel the stretch, back of the leg, feel that dip, front leg tracking in line with the foot and stepping up. So we're swapping again, maybe a little stretch further and coming up, holding the back of the chair. You don't need to be reckless like I am without the chair. And one last time. Whoops, and stretch. And stretch. And we're coming up. Okay, so Which one should we do? Let's do tandem feet. So, okay, so just have the chair so that it's just easy reach diagonal there to you. So the foot that's nearest to the chair, lift and spread the toes, put the toes back down, and then bring the outside leg around so that the heel comes in contact with the toes. Bring the weight forward so that you're directly above both legs, so the middle as it were. Feel a connection to the floor through both feet. And if you find it difficult or you feel as though the hip joint's compromised, you can just have the feet sort of stacked like that rather than in front of each other. Otherwise, they are directly in the same line. And then in that position, find a spot to stare at and then just see how you can balance. So we're just reconnecting with that sense of balance. And just you can feel the legs twitching as you make those adjustments to maintain the balance. If you twirl arms, just keep hold of the chair, but try to use a light touch on the chair if you do that. Okay, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So find yourself on the other side of the chair, this slight diagonal here. Foot nearest to the chair, lift and spread toes, feel that connection by drawing the kneecap up. Outside leg, heel in front of toes or just to the side, and find that spot to stare at. And again, either with a light touch or by releasing the chair, just see whether you can find that point of balance. Feel those sensations, remind yourself how this feels. And you've got this kind of feedback going, you're getting signals from the legs saying we're wobbling, what do I do? You can feel those little adjustments going on to maintain your balance, hopefully. And then just release. Okay, so just going to stand behind the chair again. I do need to stand behind the chair because I can fall over doing this one quite easily. So just standing behind the chair, we're just going to have enough room so that we can raise one knee. And so we're just going to raise one knee and then hinge the leg open. Whoops, wasn't very good. Right, lift the leg, hinge the leg open, hinge it back, bring the foot back down, feet are side by side. We're going to stick with the same leg. So I'm going to raise the leg, I'm going to open it, hinge it back, bring it down. One last time with this leg, hinging it open and back and down, side by side. So the other leg, lifting, hinging and back, and lifting and hinging and back, and lift and hinge and coming back. And then we finish with the standing exercises. So coming back to sit on the chair again, and the only piece of equipment that you're going to need is your resistance band. Not just yet. So first of all, we're just going to do a little twisting action in this position. And so we're just going to bring the arms again, 45 degrees, and we're just going to bring ourselves round. So you want to be slightly off the back of the chair and just slowly rotate. So you decide how much you want to rotate. You decide how much you want to involve the fist, the hand that's going round, the back elbow, whether you want to lift that higher, support the movement, and just feel the wonder of the movement. Whatever you're doing is fine. We'll all look different when we're doing this exercise. Okay, and then just slowing it down, we're back to the center. Okay, so we're just going to take the resistance band or whatever it is, pair of tights or leggings, have the knees together, have the feet together, take the band behind the knees and then wrap it over so that the knees are just loosely bound. Then wriggle the feet about seat width apart. Keep hold of the band, and as you breathe in, draw the knees apart. And as you breathe out, try to slowly control the inward journey. So we're breathing in to stretch. We're breathing out to come back. We're breathing in to stretch. We're breathing out to come back. I've lost count. Do it one more time. Sorry if that's 4. I'm breathing out. Keep the knees together. Just wriggle the feet a little bit further apart. And then as you breathe in, stretch. Breathing out, coming back. Just feeling it working higher up into the inner thigh joint there. I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. I've lost count again, so this is your 3rd or 4th. I'm breathing out and release. Okay, so we'll be using the resistance band again towards the end. And so if you'd like to just turn sideways on the chair, I think I'm going to get stuck, so I'm going to move the chair slightly. Right, so one sit bound, front middle of chair. Hold the back of the chair so you don't fall off the front. And then this knee either stays where it is or you lower that knee down to the floor, either with the toes tucked or with the top of the foot flat. Looking in this direction as tall as you can as you breathe in. Arm comes up, maybe the gaze. As you breathe out, we're coming down. So as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, and as you breathe in, and as you breathe out. Okay, arms different now. So it goes outwards, upwards, over the top, lean towards the back of the chair. Reach up, stay tall, lower the arm to the side. So we're going to raise the arm up and over. We're going to bring the arm to the side of the body. And again, it's coming up, it's coming over, leaning towards the back of the chair, and then back to the side of the body. Take your time now to change position. Bring the knee up first, and then switching around to the other side. And so one sit down, front middle of chair, hold the back of the chair, and then this knee stays there or it goes down. Looking this way now, as you breathe in, arms coming up, and as you breathe out, the arm is coming down. So as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, and as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, arm to the side. As you breathe in, lifting it up and over, stretching towards the back of the chair, reaching back up, down to the side of the body. So outwards, upwards, over, and to the side. One more time, as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, to the side of the body. Bring the leg up first, and then just bring yourself round to the centre. We're reaching for the resistance band again. So sit deep into the chair to get good support for the top of the thigh here. And then we're just going to take the band around the foot into the arch, maybe towards the ball of the foot, holding the leg in this position then. We're just going to raise it, have it straight, and then we're just going to draw it towards us, knee upwards, ankle towards front of chair, extend it away, pause there, push through the heel, stretch the leg, draw it back in. And then this time when you extend it, maybe a little elevation of that straightened leg, back to horizontal, back to the bent position. One last time, find the length, maybe the lift, and then we're ready to release. So we're just going to switch to the other side. And so, leg out, leg in, knee up, ankle towards chair, extending it, pausing there, push through the heel, find the length, and then this time, get the stretch, then the lift, and coming back in. Last time, and the lift, and then release. Okay, finished with that. And so, if you like to, one last exercise before we just have a quiet moment at the end. So, again, the arms are coming to the sides of the body. As you breathe in, sweep them up in front of you, keep them wide, lift the gaze. As you breathe out, just bring the arms down without leaning forwards. Shoulders are dropped. As you breathe in, we're coming up thus. As you breathe out, arms are back to the sides. As you breathe in, arms are coming up. And as you breathe out, the arms are back to the sides. So just a little relaxation. Sit comfortably into the chair, find that support. Make sure the shoulders are dropped. If you just lift the hands to make that shoulder drop, make the other shoulder drop. Lift the feet, find the foot just swings naturally underneath the knee there. Again, release the other one, just find that natural position. So arms and legs are relaxed in that position. And so we're just going to do this little technique where we're just going to press with the fingers, working across, and it's just connecting with the breath. It's just a method of relaxation. So hands are loosely on the knees, and it goes something like this. So just close the eyes. As you breathe in, little finger left hand presses gently. As you breathe out, release. And then the ring finger of the left hand presses as you breathe in. And breathing out to release. The middle fingers, left hand, and release. Breathing in, index finger, left hand, and release. Breathing in, thumb, left hand, and release. Breathing in, thumb, right hand, and release. Index finger, right hand, and release. Breathing in, middle finger, right hand, and release. Ring finger, release. Little finger, right hand, and release. We're just going to repeat. So I'll just name the fingers. Little left, ring left, middle left, index left, thumb left, thumb right, index right, middle right, ring right, and little right, and release. So you just like to slowly open your eyes and then just bring your hands to your heart center. So we've nearly completed the practice. So thank you for participating in this session. I hope to meet you all again soon. Namaste. Thank you.